What's going on, everyone? We're doing our cardio walk, our hour walk for today. It's Sunday, it's a high day, and we're eating some carbs and we're feeling good. So today I want to talk about everyday carry. What are you guys carrying? Now I'm going to do a full video, but I'm so goddamn excited about this product. Well, these products. I'd figure I'd go over them, make sure this thing ain't turning the damn light on. Yeah, turn that off. And yeah, what do you guys carry? So I went out Cabela's. First of all, this was at a local spot. It's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice. It's real leather. Has a pretty solid buckle. You see it's getting a little open and a little worn out from taking so much shit on and off. This clip is pretty good, but I would say my gripe is if you look, you can easily do that. So we're going to be upgrading that. This is really good for a key, like your keys. And right now I have the retractor right here for my keys. And this is just some shitty one I got from a job, actually. And also I got my walking blade. Just picked this up. This is the SOG. And this is stainless steel. Wish it was titanium, but this thing is nice as hell. And this is actually, you put your finger in there, you get your shit. And I'm a big guy, 6'5". And this thing is awesome. Very, very, very good. Now, you can cut stuff. I love the dimples in it. You're able to cut stuff. It's pretty damn sharp. I almost cut myself, so I wouldn't tell you. You can't really use it as like a, like brass knuckles or anything like that, but it is beautiful. I can't stop fucking playing with it, and the quality's there. And I picked all these products up from actually Cabela's. Been doing a lot of research. I don't know what it is about turning 30, but you tend to just start wanting to focus on more survival shit and everyday carry. And if you guys are like that, comment down below. But now I'm obsessed, and my girlfriend's over here making fun of me the last couple of days. There we go. Right there. Been making fun of me the last couple of days because I've been just obsessed with this stuff. So I went and bought what the hell is it called? For one, most of this stuff is going to be the Gerber gear. Such a weird name, but Gerber gear. And hopefully you guys can hear me. My phone, I'm kind of holding the phone weirdly, but Gerber gear. And I'm going to go over what I got right now and what I bought. So I ended up buying something just like that, retractable. It was like $34. I bought the large version because they have a compressed one, but it's like almost the same fucking size, and it does a lock, and it's pretty much like a Fisher's, I forget what they call it, tether, if I'm not mistaken. And what's nice about that is it goes out to 4 feet, so you can pull it out, you can use your keys, anything, but it's strong, but it also has a lock. So say like if you were camping or you were doing something, you could tie a tool around it, and it's pretty fucking strong. You could tie a nice little tool around it, maybe some scissors, like maybe, I don't know if it would hold an axe, but it would hold some nice quality shit. You're hiking or camping, and you got it, or just survival, or, you know, everyday carry, right? And that's what I'm going to go over right now. I'm going to make a video of everything I'm carrying, and obviously, as we get older, we upgrade. I didn't bring my flashlight. I didn't bring my wallet, and I didn't bring my my Glock 17 either. I'm in Delaware. I don't have a concealed carry. You have to go through hell to get one. I did before I signed up for it, and I just never got around. I did almost everything but put the app in and paid extra $100, and it expired, and that fucking sucks. So I'll be doing that again here shortly, and we'll get our hands on the concealed again. But right now, I just want to go over cool stuff, like stuff that you could have every day, right? So this is the Gerber Mullet. And why I wanted this, first of all, if you're getting into keychain accessories and you want to have everyday carry stuff, this shit is really fucking cool because it's not that expensive, guys. So if like you want a cool hobby, you want to feel more handy around the house in front of your wife, or you want to be able to crack open a beer easier, or you do fishing, any handy stuff, just being a guy, like we always need this shit. So this was like $7.50 or $8, or actually this was $10 at Cabela's, but you can get it for like $7 on Amazon. And it's like 5 or 6 different things. So, and I'll put what all of these things do, like the picture of the back of them. But if you look right here, you're getting a Phillips head. And I tried it and it works really good. And then you're getting like a small to like a large, medium flathead. It's also a pry bar. It has like, I forget what size hex, so don't quote me. This is a wire cutter between the little pry bar and like 1 or 2 other fishes, a scraper and some other stuff. So if you think about it, you're getting like 5 or 6 different things with this little keychain. Now, I know we've all been in a position in life where we needed a goddamn Phillips or a flathead or something. So why not just pick you up one of these, right? It makes a lot of sense. And then this is my baby. I really wanted this. So when you get into everyday carry and stuff, one of the biggest things you're going to want is like a Swiss Army knife or a multi-tool. And the reason why you get those is not because it's for self-defense, right? That's why you should carry a pocket knife or something like I got, because like the SOG, because you're going to get in points where you're going to need pliers or scissors or a screwdriver or something, right? And this, if I'm not mistaken, has like 8 or 10, maybe even 12 different things it does. Like this has, look, first I want to say that it's hung around the body, the bottle cap opener. And the reason I did that is they give you this that little shitty ring. Now I paid $25 for this little dime Gerber, and I'm not ready to lose it. You know, I'm not trying to lose that over a shitty little key ring, and you can't get anything in there. So I tried, and this black one is what they came with. So I'm trying to do this and walk, so I'm sorry, I know I talk a lot, but get over it. Love you. So I'm gonna open this. There we go. So if you open this, and this is how I know I'm getting old, because this kind of shit is so fascinating to me. And I decided to go with pretty much all black everything. But look at that. Now I got me a nice little multi-tool. If I ever got to grip anything, do anything, this bottom piece will cut. This is like a bolt turner. So if you get into a problem with a hex or like something that needs a socket, well, it's got the 12 point on it. You could just turn it like that, and then you got a nice little plier. Like I said, it has tweezers in it. It's got a nice little scissor. I can't remember if they're spring-loaded. I don't think they are spring-loaded, but they're pretty decent. Now, this thing isn't going to work like a normal size multi-tool. Like, they have so much better multi-tools out there. I'm not over here telling you, oh, this is the one-stop shop. No, I'm not doing that, because at the end of the day, this is a little guy, right? This is a little guy, and it has like a retail blade to cut open boxes, and it has a fine knife as well, and a couple other features. I'm not going to get too crazy in it, but the reason why this thing is special is because look how little it is. Look at that. It's about 2 inches, okay? And that's the whole point of having a Gerber. They used to have the Squirt and a bunch of other brands, but the problem is they don't make a lot of them anymore. They discontinued them. And I wanted to go black on black, and then I bought this Cabela little key ring for $4. I mean, come on, you know, $4. Now, this isn't going to be the brightest thing ever, but when you need a damn key, you need a lock, you got it. And in my opinion, I did take the little key ring off that too. That's why if you look, it's stuck on the mullet key ring and it's static. It can't really move. So it looks kind of shitty like that, but you wouldn't notice it if I didn't tell you. But the reason why I did that is because like I said, the key rings they give you are really shitty. And I don't want to take the chance of losing it. Like, I got a good key ring from this local guy, and then the black key ring is from the mullet, but then they give you this little shitty one from the Gerber dime. So I took look at that fucking thing. So I decided, well, I'm not going to use the bottle cap opener because that's what the hell this is. And I got another one on my other key. So let's use that. Let's use the bottle cap opener, because wouldn't that make more fucking sense? Like, logically. And then I think it's a good looking setup. Like, you look, it's a nice little setup. That shit being turned like that is bugging me out, but you get the idea. And I'll fix it down the road. I just bought, like I said, the Gerber gear, pretty much the fishing line hook, the retractable, and I'll show you guys. I'll make a video as soon as it comes out. If you've bought any Gerber gear stuff, you know. I also almost bought the money clip, but they didn't have the money clip there. And then when I seen the snug or stog, whatever the fuck you call it, the double blade one for 40, and how it had a cool little like open carry holster, I was like, you know what? That's better, because I don't want to use, all right, well, of course, my girlfriend called me as I was making a video, and it threw me off again. I swear I'm about to start putting my phone on airplane mode, because it is disturbing, and it throws me off when I'm in talk in a rant. But now my biggest thing is just getting better key locks. I would like an independent key lock for my light. It's not a deal breaker. I played around with a lot of these keys, and this guy has to have its own independent. The mullet needs its own independent, because the problem is it will smack against your keys. It's very annoying. And how they have it, the pry bar sits up. So aesthetically, maybe it looks good, but when you're actually like doing something, it gets a little annoying. And then I got to find something for the key lock. Now, they did give me a little clip in their shit, but it wasn't black, and I'm trying to keep the black thing going. And obviously this silver and this is different, but I'm going, like I said, I'm going to be putting my keys, I'm going to be putting these keys back on at the key fob, and then my house key, which has a bottle opener anyway, I'm going to put those back on this. And the reason why is because this sits really long. So if you walk, it's like this, and then the thing starts doing this. And I don't fucking like that, you know? So I took a bunch of stuff off, and I realized when you have a big setup like this, you want to make it a lot shorter and either put it to the side. If you're gonna put it in the front, that's fine, but keep in consideration that you want it shorter just so it's not swinging around and hitting shit. But yeah, this is the setup. I just bought a Swiss Army Victory, I forget. It's like the most popularest one. I bought a black one for $25, but they have an anodized one that's black with a pen, a flashlight, LED light, really nice scissors, and a bunch of other shit. And it is $85, but it's so fucking pretty. It's all black, the blade's black, everything. So I'll probably do that. And it's a miniature one. So I will be adding another thing to this, and it will be an all blacked out Swiss Army knife. The blades will be metal. There's nothing I can do. But the reason why I like Swiss Army knives, and I actually have one on me, which sounds probably overkill, but my girlfriend, when I was walking out of the house, hold on. Oh, God. There we go. Sorry. My girlfriend, when I was walking out of the house, she threw this at me, and she goes, "Oh, you still have this? You still have this?" And I completely forgot. Now, this is just from some random company. So, at the end of the day, like, look how long this fucking thing is, right? Like, everything that's going to be on your keychain or your keys and shit, I would think that you want it to be miniature. You know, you want it to be miniature because it's a little too big. How you doing?
Hi.
It's a little too big. So, that's my opinion. So, the way you should think about accessories for everyday carry is you should devote yourself to getting an everyday carry bag, something that you can put the bigger brother version, right? So say I carry a Swiss Army knife, a little guy with all of this stuff, right? And I don't have my bag on me. Well, I still have the standard tools to get the job done for the most part. Now, if it's a real job, well, these tools they're not gonna work. But if it's just a basic, everyday little something, they are so accessible, they can just make your life simple. And I have big fingers. I'm a big guy, 6'5", and I'll tell you, it is hard for me to get down on my knees and get under something. Sometimes it's hard for me to grab little screws and shit. And I am an angry fucker sometimes, and I will just fucking manhandle shit and break shit. I've been doing it my whole life. I'm barbaric with that shit. I do not have a gentle touch. So this is why I'm buying these tools and shit, is because they help me. They're badass. They're cool. And once you get older, I think everybody wants to carry a gun concealed and have a nice knife. And a Swiss Army knife, now I'm getting into it because I know I'm ranting a little bit. And if you're watching this, give me a like, subscribe. This channel's for the boys. Thank you. But the reason why you want a Swiss Army knife, but you don't want to use a Swiss Army knife for protection, because now this is going to be so fucking hard to get out because shit's so old. So I'm not going to pull everything really out, but that's the knife. Now, if you get a new one, like I did, it'll be sharper. You obviously should file down your knives, which I've never done before, but I'm going to now because I want that fucker sharp. But imagine getting in a fight and somebody's trying to harm you. This little fucking thing is not really going to protect you. So why do people carry a Swiss Army knife? Why is that the gold standard? Why did your grandpa carry one and everyone carry one? It's because it has a lot of features. So when you get a Swiss Army knife, you're going to get scissors. Sorry, I'm walking around the neighborhood, loud ass dogs. You're going to get scissors. You're going to get a Phillips head, right? A Phillips head, a flat head, a nail file, which you can file down something if you need it, or maybe you just get gunk under your fucking nail and you want to clean it out, right? A corkscrew. Now, that's old school. None of us are probably popping bottles of wine, but fuck it. If you can get it on there, why not fucking have it, right? And then there's a bunch of other little things you can do. And if you get, this is a mid-size set. This is a pocket one. But I wouldn't buy a pocket Swiss Army knife. I would buy a keychain one that's little and pretty, right? I'd buy that and use that as my daily carry around, which maybe it only has 6 tools on it. But you got to think, that has 6 tools, and this one has 6 tools, and this has 5 tools, and you add it up and you almost have all the utility of that one Swiss Army knife. And then what you do, like I said, you get an everyday carry bag, and then that's when you put in a big size multi-tool, like Snug, SOG, I keep fucking their name up, SOG, Gerber, Gear. A bunch of these companies make big multi-tools. Now, you could go out to Harbor Freight or somewhere basic and get one, or you could spend some money. Cabela's has a bunch of nice ones for $50-$60 that are titanium, and they just have a bunch of windows, and they're beautiful. So I'm what I'm going to do, and what you should do if you're really getting into this shit like me, is you should think about having the keychain stuff of your everyday carry stuff that you have on go that sits there. My tummy looks so fat with I got the 0.5 zoomed out. But you should think, hey, I'll carry all this stuff because if I don't have my bag or I don't have my tools, well, I still got a flashlight. I still have a knife to protect me. I still have a screwdriver. I still have a Phillips. I still have a pair of pliers. I still have, you know, tweezers, whatever, but you have all of that stuff. And then what you do is you buy your bag and you go and you buy a real Swiss Army knife. You go buy a big size one that has like 20, 22 different tools, right? You go buy a big multi-tool that has 20, you know, and then you have all this stuff. And then you could buy the basic shit. You won't even need a screwdriver, flathead. Maybe you buy something that just has different bits you could choose. And a lot of these will have that. Like a lot of these Swiss Army knives and certain shits, they'll have it where you can attach like a bit to it, and then they give you like 20 different hex bits and all this and Allen keys, you know, and you keep all of that shit in a bag with, you know, some stuff. Like I have I think it's called 556 cord rope or whatever. I just bought it, and pretty much, you know, you can do a bunch of shit with that. You could tie up stuff. You could use it as a, something for if you're bleeding. I forget what the term is, but if say you're bleeding, you get cut, you can tie it off. You know, there's a bunch of shit you can use rope for. Fuck it, your fucking shoelace comes out and you're at a concert and your fucking shoe's falling off. You could pull that motherfucker off and make a boot, you know? And they sell them as bracelets and they look dope. There's a company, now I bought the generics just to give it a try, but I'm gonna buy from this one company because they have a lot of shit for our, you know, patriotic ones, and it all goes to like 20% of it, your whatever you guys pay goes to like service for dogs and veterans, which is really fucking cool. And I'm a patriotic guy and I love my country, so I think to myself, I'll go buy that. But if something ever happens, I have that string on deck, right? Some of them you can even have cutting wire. They have ones that are like a little cool, like wrist bracelet, but it has like 25 different things in it for like survival, right? And that's what everyday carry kind of is, right? It's like you're not going to survive a full out nuclear blast or a winter or something crazy, right? But you might be able to survive an extra week of life if you have some of this stuff. And we live in a world now where we play shit way too sweet, right? We're like, I don't need a gun. Gun kill people, right? Oh, I don't need a knife. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't, you know, oh, I don't need this. I don't need that. And then something happens and you realize how easy accessible it was and you just overlooked it. Well, that could be your life or your family's life or your neighbor's life. You know, that could be the make or break. Something happens and you don't have anything, right? You don't have anything to fucking help you. I mean, that's going to suck. Like, look how a Swiss just has a Phillips just sitting there, right? Like, just think about that shit. I get these fucking videos and I get to ranting, but that's what I do. And I got my crooked glasses on that are my girls. But, you know, just think about it. Like, if you love your family and you want to protect your family and you want to protect those around you, you should carry shit. And I'm going to give you guys another tip. Buy a good knife. Buy your Swiss Army knife, you know, a keychain one for $25. And buy what you see that I have, like the same stuff, because these are like the best quality you're really going to find out there on the market for the price. And they're small and they're compact. And buy that stuff so you have about 20, 30 tools at hand, just in case. A nice light. And then don't use your Swiss Army knife and shit for protection, because you're going to get fucking killed doing that shit. You know what I mean? Be a CCW owner or open carry like I do, and have yourself a gun. Like, I got a Glock 17 and I got a Glock 43, and you guys can go on my channel and see. If you don't see it, I have some videos coming out. I also have an AR-15 long rifle with the M-lock barrel on it, and it's decent, you know. And I actually have a video coming out where I got it's like the Gorilla Thread non-slip tape, but it's like the Talon grips, but pretty much it's like a sandpaper grip tape. And I did it on my guns, and I show you guys how I did it. And they look okay. They don't look perfect, and it's not like a DEFCON dimpling, but it looks good. So I definitely have a lot of stuff coming, and I'm going to drop every essential thing that I'm bringing every day on me. And mind you, I'm just a gym rat, bro. I'm just somebody who works out, who lifts, a sober guy. And, you know, I get these thoughts sometimes in my head and I'm like, shit, dude, like, you know, I want to carry stuff. I want to be prepared. You know, I'm a truck driver. I'm a CDL driver, right? Like, I want to be prepared. And this is why I'm going to get to this rant before I let you guys go, is go buy a real pocket knife. And that sounds stupid too, but there's so much shit you might have to cut or something. And you'd be surprised, just a light and a pocket knife could be a game changer for you, right? But also understand something, like the Swiss Army knife isn't going to be a great protector, right? And you don't want something that's in your bag and it's in your truck or your vehicle and you're out pumping gas and somebody runs upon you. And hey, maybe you're a truck driver where you can't have your firearm on you. Even if you legally are allowed to have it, you can't have it next to a commercial vehicle. Like, you'll lose your license and everything, lose your job, lose everything, right? So what can you have? A knife. Hey, you can't have a firearm or be around alcohol or drugs. You're not allowed to do that, but you can have a knife. And that's why now I'm going to start carrying a really nice knife around, something that's legal, but something that would do the fucking job, because there's going to be a lot of situations I'm not going to be able to actually carry a gun. So, you know, we all know that you got to plan for the what if, not if, you know, and it's better to have it and never use it than to need it and not have it, you know. And I got another story that I almost had a situation yesterday, right? Now I'm going to show you guys this so you can see the carry now. But you see how it is now? And then you pull it out and look at that. It's very nice, very strong. It's sharp as shit. I'm going to sharpen it more. And that's a very good blade to protect you, right? You get your fingers in there, and somebody runs up on you and you need a quick protection. This knife could have saved me last night, but I was carrying. So by me carrying, that didn't happen. But I'm gonna tell you what happened, and then I'm getting off because I can talk forever. Most annoyingest person when it comes to that motherfucking case is hard as shit to get in. I really wish they would have made it where it clicks or something, just so you know what's in there, because it feels awkward when you first get in there. And when you do get that SOG, make sure you're gentle, because I almost cut myself like 3 times just trying to pull it out and pull it in. But hey, it's $40 at Cabela's. You could always go back and get one. That's why I love it so much. But all right, so check this. I got a flashlight. Now, it isn't this guy. If you go on my page right now, you can see the Cabela's one I got. Cabela's got a little special right now where they'll give you a pretty nice flashlight that holsters to your belt, or you can put it in your pocket, but it's like probably like that long, right? And they will give you a nice little pocket knife. And I ended up cutting myself on that, trying to show my girlfriend. You could tell I'm just clumsy. But anyway, I have my little knife. I put my Glock 17 on my belt, my holster, my open carry, which is legal in my state. I got my flashlight and I'm walking just like this. And say this driveway, right? Say that's the street. It's kind of like this. And by my house, there is like a wedding reception place where people go and they get drunk, and it's connected to my neighborhood, and it's pretty and it's dark. And I'm sitting there and I'm walking and I stop like this. I'm like this, I stop, and that's the car. And he's looking, and I think he sees me, but he's not really paying attention. And me being who I am and knowing how things go down, I'm like, this person's probably drunk. They're leaving a wedding reception. I'm gonna sit here and wait. So I sat there for like a whole solid minute. Now, mind you, he doesn't have his turn signals on, so you don't know which fucking way he's going. He ends up wanting to go right. There's no cars there, and he would have to look at me to go right, but for some reason, he's looking right. Fucking idiot. So, you know, a drunk driver. So I pull out my flashlight, and I start going like this, and I'm walking. Would you believe as soon as I get right to almost right in front of the car. He starts pulling. He just starts going. And I stop while I have the light on. I flash it in his fucking window. So then what this motherfucker does, and there's a car full of people, and this was a big black dude, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm a big boy too, we would have threw down, but let me tell you, one of us was going home and it wasn't gonna be him. Because I have the open carry, so I got my big ass 17. If you know a full size 17, that's a big fucking gun, okay? That's not a little boy's gun. That's the biggest 9mm you can buy. And it works. And so I flashed the light right in his fucking car window, like, yo, and I'm like, yo, he rolls that window down, right? I'm like, yo, you just see me sitting here for 2 minutes. Well, come on, man. I'm about to walk by. I do a step or two. He pulls again, like he's so drunk, he can't even tell what's going on. So then I'm really flashing it in his fucking mirror to let him know, like, hey, dude, like, the fuck? And as I do that second time, that's when he rolls down the window. And he rolls it down and he's got this mean look, like he's ready to say something. And I shit you not, as I'm flashing his face, he goes like this and looks down, sees my gun on my hip. And I'm like, yo, you fucking idiot. And he just goes like this and rolls his window up and just drives off. Didn't say even a word to me. Hello. Didn't even say a word to me. And, you know, I might be aggressive sometimes, but when I have that, when I'm carrying, I'm not aggressive because I already know I have the upper hand, so I have to be very relaxed. So I was relaxed. I was like, hey, man, what the fuck? You see me going? I was like, you go, bro. You go ahead. You got the car. You're going to fucking kill me. You know, and then he goes, and I'm just like, you fucking idiot, like right in front of him, you know, because he's a fucking idiot and he's drunk. And if I was a cop, I would have been like, step out of the car, please. But long story short, your carry stuff is so important because if you use your phone light, oh, I can use my phone light. Why would I carry a light? First of all, your phone is dedicated to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify. The chances are you getting your phone out, you turning on your flash and doing that is very, for one, it's not that great. It doesn't illuminate strong. It doesn't have a far radius. It takes time. Like, it's like if you're pulling out a gun, you want to be fast draw. It's not going to be a fast draw. Your phone could be playing something could happen, and it's not masculine at the end of the day. And I know that sounds stupid, but if you really think about it, it's like females do that shit. You're a man. Get yourself a fucking $10 flashlight. So when you need that fucking light, it's right there. Why do you think cops carry a flashlight? Because if you might be a threat and they shine a bright ass light at you, for one, it scares you. And for two, you can't really see behind the light because you're blind. And that could be the change from somebody pulling a gun out on you by you just trying to pull back and draw, compared to if you'd have flashed a light in his face, he might have been like, oh, and then you see him grabbing something and that gives you an extra 2 seconds reaction, and that just saved your fucking life. You getting to go home to your family, you know? So you have to really think about shit like that. You can't just, you know, play that shit sweet. So, hey, that flashlight really helped me, and that was the first time, and I just got all into this shit like yesterday, and now I'm hooked, because that flashlight, that threw him off so fucking much that he didn't even know what to say. And then when you could tell he wanted to say something drunk, because he's in a car full of dudes, he sees the gun. But guess what? If I didn't have the gun, how you doing? If I didn't have my firearm on me, he would have probably came out and they probably would have jumped me, right? And then who knows if I would have went home to my family regardless. But having that on me is a game changer, because if you think about it, if he would have ran up on me and I got that as a punch, I only got to punch him once and he instantly knows he just got stabbed. So I can go bop, bop. So if I'm getting punched every way, all I got to think of is punch you, punch you, punch you. And that's 3 people that I stabbed individually. And that's self-defense. I'm not going to jail. They just beat the shit out of me. And I pulled out my pocket knife and stabbed them. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to tell you, to have certain shit. Have your a real knife for self-defense that's dedicated for it, that's legal. Keep it on you 24/7. Get yourself an individual light that you can use to help you see if you're gonna trip over shit, you need your keys, anything. Get a little one on your key ring, right? Get yourself a little Gerber dime, pliers. It'll have scissors, it'll have a bunch of extra shit. Get yourself a mullet, just so you have an extra screwdriver and flathead and pry bar, right? A little scraper, a little wire cutter. You can get a nice, like I said, the Gerber Gear retractable. It's literally this. But just a big, nice square piece. I'll put it in the video, but a big, nice square piece that will lock. It goes up to 4 feet. And it's strong. It's like a strong material. It's not a cheap piece of string. Like, this is what I call a lighter thing. People put this when they want to lose their Bic lighter. They're like, oh, here, you know, it's like, that's what the fuck I think of as this. This shit is not going to, you don't want to put your keys or your tools on that, right? So buy shit, get yourself a little pocket Swiss Army knife to have extra tools. They look good, they're functional, it's not heavy. And then go buy yourself a dedicated bag, and then go buy the bigger real versions. So when you need the tools and you have your bag, you use those. You don't use your keychain shit. But if you don't have anything and you get put in a point where you don't have anything, well, granted, at least you have those tools at hand. And if you think about it, if you buy a Swiss, a mullet, a fucking Gerber dime, you know, a light, you already have like 20 to 30 different things in your pocket right off the rip to use to maybe protect your life. I'm also going to get one for like something that's like a seatbelt ripper and glass breaker. Hey, maybe I'm disoriented. I just got in a fucking car accident, drunk driver. That drunk driver fucking hit me in my car and it's flipped over. And I don't want to think about it, right? I know I could pull my keychain out and bam, and break the fucking glass and use my light to see what the fuck is going on and get the fuck out of there. And then obviously carry a fucking gun if you can. That is always going to be the best thing you could ever fucking carry, okay? So carry yourself a gun. Don't be scared, and do everything in the legal jurisdiction, meaning do what is legal in your state by law. Don't break the law. Don't be an asshole. Don't be a tough guy. Be helpful. Be a good Samaritan, and try to be a law-abiding citizen. I love you guys. And remember, if you don't got the money like that, this is a great hobby, because you're not even going to spend $100 and you could have a bunch of tools on you and a great knife. And if you can't get a gun, it's better to at least get yourself a nice light and a nice fucking knife. So till next time, peace.